Welcome back to No Filter Tuesday. And today's guest, hold on a second. I have to read it because it is so long and incredible. Okay, so first we got iconic Grammy Award winner, singer, songwriter, Oscar-nominated actress, producer, philanthropist. I mean, she's a figure of inspiration, transformation, and empowerment, making her one of the defining voices of contemporary music era. With a track record of 8 multi-platinum albums, 9 Grammy Awards, plus a staggering 32 nominations. With Academy Award nominations, two Academy Award nominations, 2 Golden Globe nominations, a SAG nomination, a BET Lifetime Achievement Award, among many other accolades. She has sold 50 million albums worldwide to date and counting, because there's more music coming. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the queen of R&B and soul, my sister, my family, Mary J. Blige.
Hi, Naomi.
Hi, Mary.
Yes, we're not from the same tribe. I need to be from the tribe you're from. You're so beautiful.
No, Mary, please. Look, your bone structure, please. Look at that skin. My God.
Thank you.
How are you, darling?
I'm good. I can't complain. I'm just enjoying, just trying not to complain and just be grateful.
Adapt and flow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, where are you in the world?
I'm in Jersey.
You're in Jersey.
Yes.
So, Mary, I tried to remember. Let's go back from the beginning. So I always say that. So where did we meet in your memory? Okay. I know in my memory.
I know we met. It was in Milan or someplace overseas. And it was a Dolce Gabbana fashion show type thingy. They was dressing me. It was something like that. And I think I was performing. And we were in the bathroom. I ran into you in the bathroom. And I was like, this is too good to be true. Like the most beautiful woman in the world is here. She's talking to me. Wow. And you were so beautiful, so friendly. And I never forgot that. That's why I love you. Our first meet was just beautiful.
I echo your sentiments. I remember the same. We were in Milan. We were in a club called Plastic. And we were in the bathroom, and you just looked at me and you said to me, we are from the same tribe. And I've never, ever forgotten that. And the importance of it being that day was important. I don't know if you ever knew, the next day I went and checked into rehab, that very next day. And so just hearing that from a sister, it was important to me. It meant a lot to me.
Wow.
Gave me strength. So I always want to say thank you so much for that.
You're welcome. I had no idea. And your presence just gave me so much confidence, because I didn't have any confidence in myself, my life, my looks, any of it. And nobody could tell. But just when you meet beautiful, strong women like you, like everybody praises you. And then you meet this beautiful model in person, and she's just as beautiful as she is, inside as she is outside. It just really lifted my spirits. It really gave me so much confidence, because, a lot of people are nasty when you meet them, and you were just beautiful on the inside as you are on the outside. So thank you.
It's funny with what you just said. It's like people can give you all these praises, but your praise to me, what you said to me, was real. I've known and always known the difference of when someone's bullshitting me or kissing my ass, whatever you call it. I mean, it's thank you so much for the compliment, but I know that you were talking about me as a person, not me for what I do. Right. And a lot of people get that confused. I'm sure you've had that too, many times.
Yeah, people always, when I meet people, especially a lot of older women, they always say, I never liked you before. I didn't know you was this beautiful person. I mean, they straight up tell me, how much they didn't like me because of what, they thought I represented because they didn't know me. And so when they meet me and they're like, wow, you're such a beautiful person. Like, I didn't know you were so beautiful. I never even liked you before. I thought you was this hard, tough, whatever, whatever. I'm like, well,
not at all. They don't see, they getting confused with an image and a video or a picture of an album cover. That's the whole point. It's an image where you're acting as a character.
Yeah.
That doesn't define you inside as to who you are as a person.
Right.
You are one of the sweetest people I know,
Right.
humble, and you are very shy as well. Folks, Mary, I'm telling you, is very shy. And more than anything, you're a girl's girl.
Yeah.
You're such a girl's girl.
I am. I love my girls, and I love for us. I just love to have fun. When I'm with my friends, when I'm with you or Kate, and if it's all of us together, oh my God.
And Mary's talking about Kate Moss, who also loves Mary. Mary loves Kate.
Yeah.
We've gotten to be so many great places in the world, like Brazil together. And, we just want to conclude and be with each other. People just so get it wrong and not feel that you can be friends for real. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So how did it all start for you, Mary? Like, was music always your passion, or?
Music has been my passion since I was 4. My mother told me that when I was 3, I used to sing, but I don't remember that. But the very first music I ever heard, I was 4 years old, and it was Everyone Loves the Sunshine by Roy Ayers. And I can't describe to you the feeling that I felt, that I still feel this day as a 4-year-old child listening to that song. And I have been singing that I can remember since I was 7, like singing like from my life, singing from my heart. It just made me feel free because we lived in this environment that was so bad that singing made me feel free and like we were gonna, like I was gonna come, I was gonna get my family out and everything.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Yonkers, South Yonkers in the projects. And it was not a cool neighborhood at all. So singing was like therapy for me. It helped me to, heal. It helped me to forget where we, were and how we were living. So 7 years old, I knew, I could sing, and it was a part of my like my life, and it helped to save my life. And I've been singing ever since. Like, professionally, I started when I was like 19. But far as like just personally, I've been singing since I was a little girl, and singing for my life ever since.
So can you tell us how you got your first break?
Yeah,
because I know it. I've heard you say it, but I want everyone to know.
Okay, so I made a tape at the Galleria Mall in Westchester. It's a mall in Westchester, and I gave the tape to my mother's boyfriend, my stepfather. And he knew Jeff Red, who worked at General Motors. Jeff Red was signed to Uptown Records. So my stepfather gave the tape to Jeff Red, who then took the tape, passed the tape on to Kurt Woodley, who then passed the tape on to Andre Harrell. Andre Harrell heard me singing Caught Up in the Rapture. That's the song I sang by Anita Baker.
Yeah.
And and he ended up in Slow Bomb in the projects where I lived at my house. So he came
knocking on your door.
Yes, I actually met him downstairs. I had to meet him downstairs. He was in a black BMW. He had on this silk black shirt with polka dots or leopards or something in it. He just looked so fly. And I was waving him out. I was in front of my building. I was waving him in, come on, Andre. So he had on these glasses, walked upstairs. I think we got on the elevator and then got upstairs to the apartment. And so it was showtime. It was like, sing. So I started to sing. Andre standing there staring. I zone out. I sing almost the whole Caught Up in the Rapture album, the whole thing. When I opened my eyes, Andre looked at me and was like, "Oh my God, you a star." He said, "You a star." And he looked at my mother and he said, "Your daughter's gonna sing for royalty. Your daughter's gonna sing for kings and queens one day." And he just was like, he said, "The pain in your voice is going to help so many young girls." I didn't know what he was saying then, but now I understand. He said, "It's so much pain and conviction and honesty in your voice as a young girl. He's like, how you even feel that much pain? I was like, I don't know. It's just how I'm built. And everything else was history right there. Andre signed me and he gave me my chance, and he came to my hood and heard this young girl sing and gave me a chance.
Now, everyone, Mary J. Blige is talking about the great Andre Harrell, who we sadly lost in May. And that's been a real hard one. That's been a big blow to all of us.
Yeah.
And I know especially for you. I can't imagine.
Yeah.
I remember speaking to you that night, and I just was like, I have to call Mary. I have to call Mary. And may he rest with the highest, really.
Yes, and he will.
So I was told that you were the youngest female artist ever on Uptown Records. Did you know that at the time?
No, I didn't. I know now. I didn't know it then. I didn't know. I didn't believe that.
And so you're at Uptown Records for how long until entered? When did Sean Combs, aka P. Diddy, enter into your stratosphere?
Well, Puff has been in my life since the beginning of my career. Like since we were working on What's the 411 together. Like he was the A&R for my first album. So I met him. He was already my brother in my family by the time I got to the My Life album. And so, you know, by the time I got to the My Life album, he was on his way to creating Bad Boy Records. Mm-hmm. So he's been in my life forever, like since the beginning of my career.
I mean, saying that he calls you sis, he calls me sis. Brother doesn't know, he picked some tough women to be sisters. But I mean, you say he was on the 411. You actually did that. What was the premise behind it being 411?
Well, I think this because Puff and Andre, they dubbed me the queen. You know, Andre dubbed me the queen of hip hop soul, and my fans was like, "Yes, she is." What's the 411 was, who is this new girl on the block? This is the information. Who is this? Right. So that was Puff. I believe that was Puff with What's the 411. So a lot of people have this story that I used to work for, you know, the phone company or some.
Yeah, I've heard. I was told that you were an ambulance driver, and yeah, I've heard that too. So at the time when you were Puff, so obviously you knew, who else was your friends then? So you were friends with Lil' Kim, Biggie, Misa, you whole family.
Yeah, so when I met Puff, I met Misa, I met them together. And far as like the styling and everything, the hockey jerseys, the Teflon boots, the tennis skirts, Puffy and Misa gave me some of the most iconic looks. That was them styling me together from What's the 411. It was, yeah.
And when you thinking back, they were very iconic. I mean, I saw Misa dress you in something towards the end of last year, and now she's working at MCM, and I was just like, wow.
And Misa has always been a huge inspiration to me because she always did things that we would never even think about, and then she'll put it on us, and we'll be like, wow, we could do this too. We didn't know, you know, that we were that great. And her and Puffy was always so ambitious and ahead of us. You know, we was just from the hood, and we would put on some jabots and some jewelry or whatever we did. You know, we made it fly, but we didn't know how to make it fabulous. Like we were ghetto, but they made it ghetto fabulous.
Ghetto fabulous. I mean, MCM needs to hand me to that company because honestly,
really,
she has taken it to another level of where it never thought it could ever go. And it is just, when I saw it on you, I was like, nailed it. Now that's what it should be. Yeah. So I'm very proud of Misa and what she's doing.
Yeah.
So what was Biggie like? I mean, as a fellow Jamaican, his birthday's a day before mine. As someone I never got to meet, I always wished I could have just met him once. What was he like as a person?
He was sweet and fun. Funny, jokes. When I first met Biggie, we was doing the What's the 411 remix. And he was in the studio on the wall, smoking, quiet. And so it was time for him to go in and do his verse on the remix. He came out, he was like, "You feeling that, Mom?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course I'm feeling that. It's crazy." So he was just always humble and quiet and sweet and fun. Just a lot of fun.
Are you still close with all the family till this day? Well, yeah, you're still close with Puff, you're still close with Misa, still close with Kim. I
Yeah.
saw something also you did towards the end of last year. I think also Kim was in MCM. I think that something to do with Misa, probably. I'm not sure.
Well, yes, Kim is still my little baby sister. That's my baby, my heart. And it was for Misa's documentary, the remix. We were all at um, the documentary for the remix, and Kim was dressed in MCM, and I was in this black MCM blazer and
Which
short.
was wicked.
It was
So good.
crazy. Misa's just something special.
So good. And I love the remix. I've seen it. It's excellent.
Mm-hmm.
You and I are the same age. Or
Yeah.
maybe I'm older than you. I'm older than you, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm older than you. I'm
Okay.
older than you. You're still in your 40s. I'm in the 50s.
I'm close.
Yeah. Listen, you know what? Everyone made me feel like this big, like, worry about it. And I was like, I'm not, you know what? Let's just get there. And I was really happy to get there and just sit in the garden, have a chilled, no big party, doing nothing. I was happy about that. So the people that you said earlier that thought you were a tough girl, that mixed your image as your work and public persona to you as a person. I mean, you didn't. I mean, I know we're very sensitive creatures, you and I, and it probably would bother me. But I've come to a point where I just be like, okay, that's not my business what they think of me anymore. Right. This is who I am as a person.
Right.
And I feel like you transcended that in your acting. You love playing all these different roles, because there's so many things I have for you. I can't even hit every question because there's so many. Right. But has the acting been therapeutic for you?
Oh man, extremely, because you get to give all of this energy to something on a piece of paper. And what makes it real is what you really feel. And so I get to give anger, or I get to give, sadness or strength or whatever I'm feeling, or wherever I can grab it from my past, from something bad that happened, from something good that happened, and give it to this character and let them live. And that's therapeutic for me because it gets it out of me. The things that I can't really deal with or do anymore, or won't do, I have to give it to the characters, So my character in Power, she's going to be murdering everyone. That's a part of
it. How did the queen of hip hop and soul switch into acting? Did you just like erase yourself and just like, okay, I have this accolades, I've had all these awards and Grammys and sold millions of albums worldwide, and now I'm going to go do something different? Even though you've done cameos, I know, but when you really just zoomed in on it, how did you do that?
Well, it kind of gradually happened. I mean, ever since I was little, when I was little, I was in a play, a big Christmas play, and we did really well. And everybody in the school was chattering about how good we did in the play, and that feeling stayed with me. When I got in the music business, and I was on the My Life album. The Jamie Foxx show came, where I had to play Ella May, whatever her name was, and I did really good in that. That's what they were saying. And so I was like, okay, if I'm doing good, I'm gonna keep doing it. And then another role came, and then another role came, and then another. So I just kept growing with it and working with it. And I said, you know what? I love it now. Let me just go for the gusto and see what I can do. And then bigger roles came, and then Mudbound came, and then that was it. That's the one.
Mary. We've got some people that we share a lot of people we know. When I work with Susan Batson, I love Tasha. She's just amazing.
Yes,
and I just love how we support each other, whether in front of the camera, behind the camera. And for me, Mudbound, not just one nomination on that night, 2 nominations. How did you feel when you woke up or when you were told? I mean, was it similar feeling to when you were told you were nominated for a Grammy? What was the feeling like?
I mean, it was a whole different feeling because, you know, everyone kept saying you may be nominated, you may be nominated, you may be nominated. And what I was doing, I was just trying to sleep through the whole process of them announcing it. And my phone started ringing. I didn't even look at it. I didn't even watch the announcement. My phone started going off the hook. People was congratulating me. So I'm jump up and I'm in my night clothes and my underwear and I'm running through the house. Like I could not, Naomi, I could not believe what had just happened. And it was a bigger feeling than any Grammy. I mean, you know, that was amazing because I've been getting Grammys for years. But to get a nomination for, you know, during a time like that, I was in the middle of a divorce. I was right in the middle of a divorce, right in the middle of it. And this news was the best news, the best anything.
God knew what he was doing, Mary.
Yes.
God knew what he was doing.
Yes. And so, I mean, I just immediately thank the Lord and pray.
I couldn't think of anyone so more deserving. I was so happy, so happy. I think everyone, the whole world felt that way. And I mean, you know, even though you've been through the process because you did the whole season of awards, you did the SAG Awards, you did the Golden Globes, that feeling of the Oscars just was like elated.
Man, I felt like whatever Cinderella may have felt like. I felt like, you know, God is the fairy godmother or fairy godfather. He came, he dressed me, he gave me everything, except for I wasn't going to turn back into Cinderella at the end of the night.
No.
In that dress and those shoes and go to a whole nother level. It's just almost makes me want to cry. Happy tears though.
So now that you've done that, so you were Mudbound, which was astounding. One of the things that I love the Umbrella Factory. I love that role.
Umbrella Academy.
Umbrella Academy. Right. On Netflix. Loved it. Binge watched the whole thing. All your characters are so different. It looks like you're having fun. Mm-hmm. And it looks just like there's nothing you can't do.
You know, Naomi, I'm just doing what I love and what I know that I'm capable of doing, expressing my feelings through song, expressing my feelings through film, expressing myself through all these things. And that's it. I just get in where I fit in. I do what I know I can do. I don't, you know, if something else comes, you know, like the wine business that I'm in, that was easy because I love wine. So I know my people are going to love the wine, you know? So,
do you feel like, I mean, for me, I feel this was destined for you. So do so many others. Uh-huh. And you, like you just spoke about your divorce, hurtful as it was and painful that it was because everything has to be so public.
Yeah.
I feel like you had to go through that to have this. This had to, you know what I mean?
1,000,000%. And I had to go through it and I had to relinquish and forgive and really release people because that's such a hard time and hurtful time. You can hang on to that stuff and miss your blessing. But I'm not stupid, you know, and I know how God works. So I let those people go for real. And I don't wish them no harm. And now I'm gone. And here I am.
Forgiveness is the greatest healer.
Yeah.
Hard to practice at times,
but absolutely, yeah. It took a while. It took me a minute. It took me a minute to let it all go, but you know, I did.
So now, the whole process just changed. Mary J. Blige, the Oscar-nominated actress. You're getting phone calls and roles offered to you. How do you choose your roles now? What appeals to you? What is it that you say, I like this one?
Well, I start by not wanting to typecast myself. So after I did Mudbound, there was all these roles coming in for me to play that same type of woman. I said no. Exactly. I said no. And that's when I got the Umbrella Academy. I said no. And I told my agency, I said, I don't want to be typecast as that woman because then I'm not going to be able to go anywhere. So that script for the Umbrella Academy came in. It was all action and it was all anger and it was all everything that I needed to get out of my system at the moment.
Oh, it was a breath of fresh air because you just were like, wait a minute. Is that Mary? I'm like, no, it's Mary, but I love the blunt bob too. I'm like, that's Mary. I loved you playing the villain. I love the whole thing. It
Thank
was just such a breath of fresh air and such a surprise. And you're so right to have chosen that. Switch it up.
Yeah, that's I keep switching it up. And so after the Umbrella Academy comes this drug dealer. Gotta play the drug dealer. I grew up with them. So that's it, and whatever else is next, I don't know until I know. I don't know until I see it.
Now you premiered Stars last night. Was it last night or the night before? The 6th.
Sunday.
It's The Power of the Ghost, no?
Yeah, that's me. I play the drug dealer in Ghost, Power Book 2.
I can't wait to see. We haven't gotten it here yet.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to figure out how to get Stars. Maybe I can do it on my app.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to download the app. I'm going to see it because Tasha's sister, I want to say, have you seen it? It's phenomenal.
No, it's good. It's good stuff.
And that you killed that role. They said you killed it. Now that you know your path and you're broadening, so now you just also spoke about you're going into wine. So you seem to be really living your life and doing all the things that you may have thought of and thought, nah, you just seem to be doing it.
Yes. I'm moving past any fear, anything that scared me the most, I'm moving towards it, like on the front line, being an actress on one of the biggest shows in the world, which is Power, but doing it fearlessly. Just anything that I felt, that had me a little bit afraid, I'm just going for it. I'm doing it afraid. I'm pushing past the fear. I'm trying to live in the present and not live in the past, and just trying to just keep moving forward. That's it. Just keep moving forward.
That's what I always felt like with the Susan Batson method of acting. She pushed you to go through the fear. The first time I worked with her, I thought I was going to throw up. I was like, I can't do this. It was, and no one knows but you that you're taking it from personal experiences. Mm-hmm. It was overwhelming to me. But I really, after I did it, I thought, my God, there was growth from that. Definite growth.
Yes, when you could control your emotions and give it to this character, and you know what I'm saying, when you can control it, it's a good thing.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Do you still believe in love?
Of course, I'm never gonna stop believing in love.
Me too.
I'm not gonna let a horrible situation dictate what the future is for me. No, I'm not. I'm gonna be patient so I don't make another horrible mistake, but I absolutely still believe in love.
I don't know if you know how many women through your music and now just seeing you growing with you through your career and where you've come to now that you've helped, Mary. I don't think do you know?
I know there's a lot, and I do understand what I have done. I've put my life on the line, honestly, and all you can do, I think the only thing that would happen is you're going to move people, regular, normal, everyday people with problems just like you. So I've just been a giver as much as I can give.
And it's like when you're like, oh my God, you're in your 40s, stay in it, don't leave it, because it's who you're gonna be. I'd rather be on my bloody own, going through my fears, than living a lie and I'm unhappy. No, exactly. No, that's not for me. Exactly. It's not. So you're looking forward to the 50s Club in January, yeah?
Yeah, I have no choice.
Well, look at you, please. You're never going to age. Look at you, really. You're never aging.
Thank you, Naomi.
Like, you've got a new album. You're working on more music.
Yes, music is on the way. Yes.
And have you used this time in quarantine to kind of stimulate that?
Yes, even before the quarantine, I had some music ready, and so during the quarantine, I just started writing a lot. So now we're about to go in the studio and put these quarantine words on some music.
Yeah. And then you're also working on with Mary J. Blige Incorporated. You're producing your own documentary, which
Yes.
is for Amazon, right?
Yeah. So my production company is called Blue Butterfly,
Blue
and
Butterfly.
yes, and our project is the Mary J. Blige My Life album documentary, and we did the Clark Sisters movie as well. We did that as well, and we have a lot to come. We're creating content that's important for our culture.
That's what we need. We
Yeah.
educate, educate, educate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then also, have you done Dina Washington yet, or you're about to do Dina Washington?
Diana Washington, yeah.
Yeah.
I did it. It's in the can. It's a movie called Respect with it's about Aretha Franklin, young Aretha. And I play Diana Washington, who's a family member, a very tough mentor to her because she's very not nice to her at all. And it's a good story because
she was more jazz, right?
Yeah, she was jazz, but she was Aretha Franklin's, biggest mentor.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I went and looked up about her a little bit, and I saw that she had played with Quincy. They had a few albums together.
Mm-hmm.
Quincy with his orchestra and band. And I know her. I know her voice is it's exquisite.
Yes.
But it's so great that this generation can get to learn about those wonderful and amazing creatives that if you don't bring it out, they're never going to know of them.
Right. And yeah, it's beautiful. It's such an informative film. I didn't even know Aretha was so shy, and as a young Aretha was so scary and shy. And
so is this part, because there's so many, there's Cynthia Derivro has Aretha, which is TV, I think. And then there's Jennifer Hudson has Aretha. This is not anything to do with any of those. This is a whole separate thing.
No, Jennifer Hudson is in the film that I'm playing in with her.
Okay, so you're in the film. Okay,
yeah.
Okay,
she plays Aretha and she's killing it and kind of really look like her. It's good, yeah.
So when's that meant to come out?
I think, I don't know, soon. I think, I don't want to give the wrong dates.
It's okay.
I know.
But we know it's coming, folks. It's coming.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know, do I predict this? The next Oscars and award season is going to be totally educational. And I'm sorry, but it's going to be Black.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it in any way or form to be biased. I just feel like now, all of this is going to come up with what we're going through in the world today. All these wonderful historical people are going to come up, and there's no way you can deny their stories and to give them the credits they deserve. So now, singer, Oscar-nominated actress, winemaker. How much time have you been able to do? Is the wine done?
Well, the wine is doing amazing. People love it. We can't keep it stocked at wine.com.
You mean you can buy it already? I mean, I
don't
drink.
Naomi, come on.
You wouldn't know. I wouldn't know if you could buy it because I never go into the wines off license anymore. But so the wine's been out there. When did it go out? When was it?
It was released, I think, last month. And it went crazy. It started doing well. It's still doing well. We can't even keep it stocked at wine.com. It's just doing so well.
I love it, Mary.
Yeah.
You're going to be on our tables. You're going to be in our screens. You're going to be in our ears, engulfed.
Yes.
I mean, I'm so proud of where you've come and just to know you. And you've always been a friend to me, that not when it's all glitz and glam. You've been a friend to me when it's been dark and when I've been down. I trust you. And I don't even have to say a word. I'm here. That's very, and I know it's true. That's why I know more than anything.
Well, I love you, Naomi, because you're real. You've been real. The first day I met you, I was like, that's a real one. And I hope I could be in her life, for as long as I would like to. And here I am. I got my
Here you are, and sitting on top of the world and more to conquer. And I just want to say thank you so much for your time. Queen of hip hop soul, queen of everything.
Thank you.
I love you so much.
I
And
love you too,
I
sis.
can't wait to see the documentary. I'm going to get the app to see the stars. The wine I can't taste unless you do a non-alcoholic one, which is not a bad thing.
Well, okay.
And respect. I mean, just bravo, really.
Thank you.
Bravo.
Thank you, Naomi.
And just want to ask you one thing. Any word of advice that you want to say to women or men or just the younger ones out there today, because they have such a respect for you?
Yeah, just my biggest thing is you're doing well. You come so far. Don't beat yourself up about the things you can't do anything about. Just don't. Just remember how far you come and how good you're doing. You're alive. That's great. You know what I mean? You're doing great. So the things you can't do anything about, don't try to lift it. Yesterday, keep it, put it down. It's okay. And just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
With the man above.
Yes. Oh, God first, though.
Yeah.
God first.
Yeah.
And that's where you get the strength from. That's who gives me the strength every day, every morning. And I wouldn't even be here, Naomi.
You feeling positive about all that's happening right now in the United States?
Oh, you mean like far as COVID and all this stuff?
Well, COVID's one thing, but then also
And
just the tension and the where we're at. We're not stepping back, so we're only going forward. So
I think that we're at a turning point, and we just can't now we can't go back. We have to keep going, and we have to keep being strong and saying what we need to say and stepping out and doing what we need to do in order to grow, for our people to grow, for us to grow. That's it. We have to just keep growing. We have to keep growing, keep going, keep speaking. Don't let up, because
keep educating, never stop learning.
Yeah. Be teachable. Yeah.
And share it.
Yes. Yeah. As much as you can. A lot of people, it's hard for them to open up in front of the world. But that was my job. My job was to let everybody see it. See me go through it, see me up, see me down, see me rich, see me poor, see me broke, see me.
I mean, you've just been in the public eye since a baby. So
yeah.
And I identify with that. And it's hard. It's like you can't even just go cry in a corner because it's,
Yeah. Yeah, but you got to take time for yourself too. As public as I am, Naomi, I'm a really private person. This is why
I know that about you.
Live. Like, you don't know all my business. You know a lot.
Yeah.
You don't know the stuff that I hold dear.
You know what you want people to know.
Exactly.
And that's it.
Exactly.
And you've always kept that. You've always kept that mystère of, you see me, you don't see me, but your presence is still felt, which is a very hard thing to do.
Right.
But you've always managed to do it. Right.
I have no choice. It's none of your business. What's not your business is none of your business.
Listen, I so agree in everything you say. And I know Mary J. Blige, the queen of hip hop and R&B and soul. And she is as realist as it gets. I mean, you really are.
Thank you.
You can go anywhere in London. London loves you. Kate now loves you.
I love London. I miss London. I need a trip and a hangout day with you and Kate. I know you need to go more, but I do.
We need to go buy some bikinis so that we can plan a trip to Africa.
Oh,
when I saw you last in London, we said we were going to do that.
Yes,
we were going to go. So we can't let that. We got to go to Africa. It's important. I think it's even more important now than ever before.
Yes. Well, they're
going to go crazy for you in Africa. Oh my God, the continent's going to just be like. You've been before?
Yeah. Yeah.
South Africa or Nigeria?
I went to Johannesburg before. Nigeria. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, this is Mary J. Blige on a whole different level. Mm-hmm. So they got to get ready.
Yeah. Yeah.
My darling Mary, I love you and thank you so much.
I love you too, Naomi.
Thank you so much. And kiss Latanya, kiss the family.
I will.
And I'll see you really soon.
All right, baby.
God willing.
You will. I love you.
Love you too, baby. Bye, my darling.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, you heard it here on No Filter Tuesdays. Thank you so much for joining us. Please like this video and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.